Nice. I like that
Hi, Mike.
you're slightly left of center. I
How
feel
are
like
you?
you're making a political statement.
Oh, you're very muted.
Oh, am I?
Oh, wait, no, it was my end, my technical difficulties. Check this out, Patriots bandwagon.
Hey, welcome aboard.
I
Man,
always
too
liked Mac Jones. Always.
always. Yeah, I remember that. You were a big fan.
Yep. I never called him a weak-armed bumpkin ever.
Not to the best of my knowledge. Man, two straight Celtics losses drove you onto the Mac Jones bandwagon, huh?
Sorry?
Two straight Celtics losses drove you right onto the Mac Jones bandwagon.
Oh, the Celtics are fine.
I think the season's over, but okay.
Huh? We had no Al Horford. Al Horford is sneakily very important to us. He's like the old guy watching the Holy Grail.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or Joe Biden. We've put a very old man in charge of a very important position, that being our only center.
Right. Until we get Rob back, which supposedly could happen any day now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, though, because if Joe Biden dies, it's Kamala Harris who's young. But when Horford gets hurt, it goes to an even more brittle.
Yeah, Blake Griffin is our Kamala Harris.
Yeah. It would somehow be if Joe Biden died and then the presidency was taken over by Strom Thurmond's ghost.
Right.
I've always been against Blake's politics, personally.
I have been as well. Yeah. And, both he and Strom are carrying on the proud tradition of having babies no one told us about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Blake almost had an awesome dunk, though, last night. Did you see him almost jump over the hole?
I did. And I feel like that's how you know it might be time to hang things up, when people are super impressed by a dunk you almost made.
Oh, but it would have been something. It would have been like the away from the hoop, throw it through without touching the rim. Like, he still gets up.
Yeah, lots of things would have been great.
But but he still can jump, is the point. He can still jump really high. We thought he had no knees left.
That's true. All right, I'm being hard.
It's very impressive when a man with no knees jumps.
Hey, no one gives me a round of applause.
You don't jump.
I don't have knees. I jump every once in a while. One time I saw a spider.
Jump on the spider?
Yeah, it was scary.
So we're to be scared of something that you completely dominate. I'm going to have to take this hat off. I'm officially uncomfortable now.
That was a good transition. Fucking dominating the fantasy league no one talks about or cares about.
No, but nobody could care less than really me up until the end of the day Sunday. I don't even check it. This is the classic class project where really only one kid did the work.
Yep.
Yeah.
In deference to you, you did say I'm doing nothing in this fantasy league. So if you want to just come along, we can talk about it on the podcast. I mean, you didn't pretend you were going to do anything.
That's my only redeeming quality.
Brutal honesty.
And with pathological laziness.
Yeah. But I will say, I think we are in very good shape to actually win this league no one cares about.
Really?
Yep.
What do we pay to get into it?
What was it, $100?
Each? No, total.
No, 50, I think 50 each.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then I'd still like to win.
It would be nice.
Yeah.
And if we win, we use them on Celtics tickets, right?
Sure. Or, I'll try hockey. No, I take it
back. No, you won't. Neither will I.
No.
Yeah, you're going to hockey by yourself.
I would try insects before I'd go to a hockey game.
I think we're all going to be eating crickets within 5 years.
You do?
Yep.
This is legitimate?
Well, there was a Shark Tank thing where they had cricket protein as a powder. And so it's like you just have a protein shake made from crickets, and it just tastes like a regular shake.
It only has to taste as good as protein powder, which is one of the great awful things that's been perpetrated on society.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to just sit there and necessarily nibble on crickets, but in terms of adding protein to stuff, I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you'll be in slightly better shape, but how would you like to have candy that tastes like shit?
Yeah. I mean, that's the life of every in shape person. You'll be in shape, but you don't get to eat fun things anymore.
That's not true. You eat eggs, chicken, eggs. Rocky
Yeah.
was eating, drinking fucking raw. Rocky didn't know is you can cook the egg,
Well, I wasn't counting that as the good stuff.
but that's protein. That's all protein.
Yes.
So why are people eating chalk?
Why do you mean?
Unless you're trying to be a middle linebacker or something like
Well,
that.
I mean, particularly, so it's extremely sustainable. Crickets are very easy to keep producing.
Uh-huh.
So, like, even
Every
eggs,
time I go on stage.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Everyone who, like, even eggs are, it's not the most sustainable protein in the world. So, what people are really trying to come up with is a very healthy, sustainable protein source, and it could be crickets.
Okay. What comedian would you put on the cover of canned crickets?
Oh, this is not my battle anymore, Danny Bulger.
What about Kenny Banya?
Kenny Banya, good call, a fake comic.
Yeah, Round Teen.
Yeah, see, I would have been stupid and actually named a comic I know. So, yes, that was smart. Kenny Banya. Perfect.
I mean, you could also name a comic you know. Nobody's listening to this.
No one gives a shit. I know,
Yeah.
right? Like, we could just as easily do this in a closet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul, how many, like, listens do we get? Do you know?
Paul, stop listening. We had a guy. We had a guy.
Room. Yep. We don't even have a 1%, like 100% market share in Paul's living room.
The reviews are very high. I saw some things online that said we do very in-depth, good comedy interviews about times you bombed.
Remember that? That was a good podcast right there.
That was a good podcast.
I enjoyed that podcast.
Yeah. What was the name of the place we did it at? It was a place in Providence. It was in a theater of some kind.
Yeah, we went down Trinity Rep.
Ah.
Yep. Yep, my buddy was the sound person down there, so he was doing the recording for us.
Yeah, yeah. I just remember seeing the tech guy or the like a dude with a screw gun setting up a stage, and they were playing "Legs" by ZZ Top, and he started air guitaring to himself. And I'm like, something tells me this guy's not a play guy.
Oh, that guy, man. He'll tell you everything you need to know about Oscar Wilde.
Who do you think the smartest guy that just regularly air guitars is?
I bet Bill Gates air guitars.
He air guitars, but to like soft rock.
Yep. Yeah, it's to Journey, however you want to categorize Journey. But I promise you, he air guitars to Wheel in the Sky.
I never listened to Journey.
They got some good shit.
Okay. Is that Phil Collins? No, that's Genesis.
That's Genesis. Yeah. Not as good as Journey, in my humble opinion.
Really? Okay. I'm going to give him a whirl.
Journey did not have the longevity of Genesis, but yeah, Journey's good shit. Like, Journey's greatest hits is really, really solid.
Okay. What are your feelings on Dire Straits?
I'm told they're excellent. They have 2 songs I know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get. I don't know why I'm trying to get into them. I'm supposed to have grandchildren to do that, I believe, and a boat.
Finally trying to get into this band from the late 70s.
Yeah, I really picked music that gave me no chance of A, getting laid, and B, going to concerts. Everybody I like's dead.
Perfect. And romantically and musically. Yes, staying at home, listening to jazz, looking at Joan Crawford.
Yeah, yeah. Although I was right about this Kanye West character.
You called that early.
Called it.
Yep. You sat there going, that guy, I bet he likes Hitler.
Well, I guess that about everybody, and I'm always eventually right.
Yeah.
Even Hitler at the time, not everybody liked Hitler. He only got like 33% of the vote.
The first time he won?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Well, I mean, some people must have had bumper stickers that say, "Don't blame me. I voted for not Hitler." And then they were killed, I suppose.
If you, well, I'm not sure they had a lot of bumpers at that point.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I don't think car ownership was that plentiful in 1930s Germany, was it? I mean, that they had
Yeah, the Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
That's when the Volkswagen came out, and they had the Autobahn.
I could be incorrect. I believe Volkswagen was developed in the late 30s. Am I wrong?
Yeah, when I believe a certain Adolf Hitler was in power.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta look this up. I need to know more about Volkswagen history. That's something that's going to be very crucial to my life.
I thought that was like a big thing when he was like, rolling out the initial like, "Hey, I'm nice" stuff. He gave the people a car, and then then they had the Olympics, and then Jesse Owens was faster than all of them, and he was like, "Fuck, we're gonna need a car."
So that was the late 30s because Berlin Olympics were 36, right?
37. Yeah.
30. No, they're on even numbered years.
No, the car.
Okay, so 37. So yeah, I was right. Late 30s.
That's mid 30s.
37 is not late.
That's either the beginning of late. I'm gonna concede this.
Okay.
But
thank you.
That's Hitler. That's Hitler Volkswagen. He didn't make the Volkswagen. He was a fucking idiot.
Don't tell me I don't know Hitler, buddy.
A mere corporal.
Oh, it sounds like we've got a Christmas Amazon delivery. My dog's freaking out. Do you get Amazon delivered in the city?
Yeah, I'm an Amazon owner.
Do people steal your shit? Like how does that even work in an apartment building?
Well, luckily the front door of my building is broken, and the door drivers seem to know that they can just open it and fling stuff in to the lobby.
That's convenient.
Super convenient.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. It's robbed once it gets in. Other people get things robbed that aren't Amazon packages.
How's your car shopping going?
Oh, man. I fucking signed up on whatever the True Car thing is. I just put my phone. They ask you for your phone number and stuff.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks, I've been getting calls from like fucking Utah.
Yeah, you can't give your phone number to any of these people.
It was a mistake.
Oh,
I'm too trusting.
Danny B.
Yeah. One time I was messaging a comedy booker called the Yoders out of like the Midwest. I've never heard of them. And they're like, "Yeah, we've seen your stuff. We'd love to book you for some stuff. Just send me your, they had my email or whatever, but just send me your phone number and your social security number." And I was boom, boom, boom. Fucking never heard from him again.
Here's your number, my social security.
Yes, yeah, I'll book you for a $100 spot. Send me your social.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
If I ever just decide to commit identity theft or some kind of massive fraud, I have to start with you.
I do think, yeah, there's probably an identity theft office I'll end up in somewhere where it's just going to be me, nobody else that speaks English, and then a bunch of 100-year-olds. Yeah. I wanted to talk to someone. I was lonely.
Yep. Yeah. My dad got taken by one of those guys.
Really?
Yeah.
It must be so easy. Yeah, you can get an old guy talking about anything.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, he somehow talked my dad into buying like a couple of Apple gift cards and giving him the number to pay back an Amazon credit or something. Yeah, so
yeah, you just throw a couple nouns they don't understand.
Yep. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. Although I'd figure, why would you get an old guy with a gift card? Why wouldn't he be like, "I just have cash"?
Because you can't read the numbers of cash over the phone.
Yeah, but usually, like, I don't. Old people, they're like, "Why are people buying fucking gift cards and stuff?"
Mm.
My uncles used to fucking just hand me they would never at Christmas give me gift. They would just give me like, "Here's $100."
Yeah, I fucking hate the advent of the gift card.
Yeah.
Here's something as impersonal as cash, but less useful.
Yeah. One time, my uncle gave me fucking $50, and I was in like a tiger costume. It was Halloween. I think he thought it was my birthday or something.
Nice.
Weird kid.
Is there a chance you just thought you were a real tiger and could pay you for his safety?
He drank a lot.
Yeah. There it is.
Did you ever go up to Montreal in the day to see the Expos?
I never got to see them live. I've been to Montreal 3 times, and I visited the park. when
Oh,
they
okay. It's still there?
it the physical structure does still exist.
Why?
Big stadium.
Wasn't it a shithole like 30 years ago?
It was not great for baseball. It's a good big event space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
So
believe
Celine Dion residency?
yeah, I don't want to swear that it still exists. There is a chance it's gotten torn down, but I don't believe it has.
Ah.
Yeah,
You
they
never did
built
Montreal, the festival?
what is it?
You never did the Montreal festival
No.
up there. Nah, I never did that.
Nope. I got close a couple it's my whole comedy career. I got close and they said, "Nope, somebody else."
Yeah. That's a shitty one to be close on too, because it's still like you're gonna get it and probably get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
So it's like you were very close to almost not getting something.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, and I had to do like the callback for it. So it was like not the biggest payoff, and I had to go through the whole rigmarole for it. So I did it, I got called back for it, did it again, and just had to wait and nothing. And like they never give you a courtesy, like it's not going to happen this time. It's literally just, until the day before Montreal happens, you're going, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, and then no. And then no.
Yeah, I don't even know if I really. Oh, I guess I would do it. I'd do anything. I've gone to fucking bowling alleys recently, so I would go to Montreal. But it's not like a great desire, I guess.
I think no, that should be our new platform. Like, just say, I will not go to Montreal and make them really want you. This could be your Josh Gondelman cocaine online bit. Just start talking about how you don't want Montreal at all.
What is this?
Oh, you don't know about that?
No.
So Josh Gondelman, like, who is known as one of the, like, maybe the nicest person in comedy.
I saw him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, great guy. And this bit started by this other comedian, and I don't remember who started it, but basically saying, hey, he talks about wanting to do cocaine, and he said, should I try to get Josh Gondelman to do cocaine? And then it became this whole running bit about how Gondelman's a huge coke fiend.
I couldn't not see it. He's got a lot of energy, like kind energy.
He does have kind energy, which is not, I'm sure, how people usually describe cocaine.
Yeah. And he actually writes. That's something that someone on cocaine would do.
That is true.
Yeah.
Did anyone ever say, like, oh, Tony Montana, that guy's got some real kind energy?
No, but he was a villain.
Yes.
Yeah. There's plenty of nice cokeheads, I'm sure.
But if you go on Twitter and search Josh Gondelman cocaine, you're going to get a lot of hits.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
But I look forward to seeing Josh on a personal level.
Like, you won't even search for things you're genuinely interested in and want. You just make James and I look it up.
Yep.
You're just like, hey, who had the highest free throw percentage in the 80s?
Oh, yeah. Well, especially, I was one of the last iPhone holdouts. Like, I didn't get an iPhone until I got diabetes. So I would just have a flip phone and I would just ask people questions all the time. It was very annoying to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Often, like Kevin McHale stats.
Yeah, I think I spent a good amount of time saying it would take you less time to put this into Google than to ask us to look it up on Google for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because, in Google, you don't have to say, James, Mike, how many free throws did Kevin McHale hit in 1986? You can just hit Kevin McHale 1986 free throws. You save so much typing.
Sure, but then sometimes there might be other passed along information or tone that I can pick up that might be just as informative as that.
From a text?
Not from a text. But just the general annoyance in someone's voice I like to hear.
There you go. There you go. Did you watch the Patriots game last night?
I did. I watched the whole Patriots game, which I don't know if I've done all year.
Ugly.
But
holy shit, was that not a fun football game to watch?
Yeah, both teams incredibly bad. Was there a diagnosis on the little guy that plays for the Cardinals there?
Looks like he blew out his knee.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but what a dummy. The guy could have played fucking baseball.
Made a lot more money this way.
You sure?
He just signed for $250 million. I mean, if he signed baseball, he would not be anywhere near that money because he was signed as a pitcher, I believe.
Oh, he was? I thought he was like a shortstop.
I think pitcher. But
Well, they don't tend to tear their ACLs. You'd have to be a bad fucking pitcher.
Whatever position he was playing, I mean, he's going to be in the minors for a few years, and then 6 years of team control.
Oh, I thought he was like consensus #1 pick in the baseball draft.
No, he was very good, but like even consensus #1, you don't sign for $250 million. Quarterback money is going to be more than baseball money, except for like maybe 3 guys. Like everyone's losing their minds about the fact that Xander signed for $280 million, and that's every starting quarterback.
Okay, fine. But I just think baseball is a very nice job, especially starting pitcher.
Oh, I would much rather play baseball than football. Absolutely.
Yeah. Although the odds of dying are probably similar.
Something. Yeah.
The line drive to the face.
Has anyone ever died on an NFL field? I know people.
I don't know.
But I don't know about in the NFL. Can you name the only baseball player to ever die in a major league game?
Was he killed by Ty Cobb?
He was not. Ty Cobb was a good guy. We've learned that.
He was?
Yeah. We've talked about this.
He was a good guy, even though he beat the soldier that had no arms?
That was overblown. He was.
And he said, I don't care if he doesn't have any legs.
Now, there's a book called Ty Cobb, A Terrible Beauty. So basically, like all the stuff that we think we know about Ty Cobb in terms of him being racist and awful came from one guy, Al Stump, who wrote a biography of him when he was alive. And like basically and then after a couple years after he died, he said, oh, here's the true story, but didn't back any of it up. And it all became canon for decades. And then a couple of biographers not that long ago decided they wanted to do a new biography of Cobb. And they started trying to verify all of Al Stump's stories, and they couldn't. And like the fact that they disproved multiple stories that were in there about like him killing a guy and all this stuff. It was like, oh, this never happened. And they went through all this information and found out that it was basically bullshit. And Al Stump had also been banned from writing for other articles because he made shit up.
Yeah. He said Lincoln wanted slavery.
Yeah.
He got Jerry Wested.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, he waited until after he died since no one could say anything about it. Yeah. By the way, Chapman died on a Major League Baseball field.
Oh, I thought you almost said Rex Chapman.
Nope, Rex is okay as far as I know.
Yeah.
Carl hit him in the head with a fastball and killed him.
Ugh. Oh, yes. That was right. And that right before that was the dead ball era. And then they started using more balls again. And then Babe Ruth came into the league.
Yep. Well, this was 1920, I think. Babe Ruth was already in the league.
Okay. I'm just trying to remember the Ken Burns thing. Like they started using more balls, making them livelier. And you used to be able to like put mud on the ball. Yeah.
You basically put everything on it, which Carl Mays did, which every pitcher did. Yeah, and that was one of the reasons that they finally said, all right, we're going to have more baseballs and you can't put shit on it.
Yeah. Luckily, that went away. They still do the Vaseline thing.
They're not supposed to, but yeah. And supposedly, they've really cracked down on that in the last few years.
Yeah. I just doused myself in it before I came over here, and I think I got everything but my lips.
You ready to pitch?
I think I mostly got my glasses.
You do have a nice shine.
Do you use Chapstick?
I do.
You do? Okay.
Brand Chapstick. I use the Carmex.
Yeah. A lot of people are very adamant about not using it.
Why?
Because they say once you use it, you got to keep using it.
That's not true. I'll go the whole summer without using it. It's fine. That's an old wives' tale. Your lips don't stop working because you use some fucking chapstick. Tell that person I said to go fuck off.
Might have been the angriest statement I've ever heard while drinking tea.
Yep, it's right up there. And I believe Churchill was drinking tea when he declared war.
Get out of my fucking country.
Right? Amen.
Man, you're getting a lot of Amazon packages delivered today.
My dog is losing her shit.
She's losing her fucking mind.
Hey, get down here. You're interrupting this podcast for our 2 listeners. Yeah, I love that we're persevering for this with no evidence that anyone gives a shit.
I consider it like a half an open mic. You know what I mean? I don't want to go to an open mic. And then, I don't know, I've gotten a couple like half bits out of it. And we have a Twitter set up now. We have a Twitter set up. And then,
somehow impossibly gotten even worse. We have a Twitter handle.
I have a way we can share all the clips and we can get more views. Trust me. We're compiling clips.
We're content creators.
This is going to be the Chinese democracy of.
Yeah, because you know what social media needs is more comedy clips.
Oh yeah. Well, we should pretend we're doing crowd work. We'll put a little guy on the bottom.
Paul, throw a beer at Dan. We need track.
James Patterson's coming here soon.
I'm excited about
He's doing some shows. He's doing the Rockwell.
Oh, I didn't know about the Rockwell.
Yeah. I think he just rented it out.
Really?
I think so. I don't even know.
That's such a James move.
Really?
Such a James power move.
Doesn't seem like a James move.
This theater. Fuck everybody.
Huh? I might do that myself one night.
Do it. Why wouldn't you?
What the fuck? It's a lack of trust.
Yeah. When does James get here? I usually hear about it like
the day after Christmas.
Okay.
He's gonna have a lovely New Jersey Christmas, and he's gonna head here.
And then back to Colorado, or is he done with Colorado?
I think it's a big question mark after that.
Okay.
Interesting fellow.
James is the closest I come to knowing a hobo.
He's the closest I come to knowing like a inexplicable curmudgeon. He's got a very fun life, and he's very upset.
He does have a very fun life where it's like, oh yeah, I'm in this other fun place that I'm going to live for a little while, and here's my new hot girlfriend, and man, the world sucks.
Yeah, it's almost like he works for the CIA, but he's like soft quitting. Like, all right, go to Bolivia, find the code for the nukes, and then he just drinks the whole time. I didn't see the codes.
Where are those codes? He's like, I left them back at the condo. I'm gonna get those to you. I'm gonna get those to you. I promise. I know. It's been a time. That's
got to be most spies.
Always forgetting to transmit the codes?
No, like, kind of half-hearted into the job. I bet a lot of them started in their 20s, very idealistic. And then, like anything, you're like, everybody's like, trying to get to the pension at year 30.
Yeah.
And and then I bet a lot of most corrupt spies, I bet started out very idealistic.
Probably.
And got, fuck this, and then.
If I had to guess, I think in real life, spy retirement age is fairly early. I think Roger Moore skewed it for us in thinking that they hang on a lot longer than they actually do.
Roger Moore was in the most James Bond movies?
Yes.
I looked this up. Yeah,
yep.
He was.
He was the oldest Bond.
Yeah. How many was he in? 8 of them? Did we text this the other day? I was looking this up.
Not the other day. You might have been somebody else.
Oh, okay.
He did something like 6 or 7. I don't know if he did 8, but it's not impossible.
Because what's his name's up to 6 now? Daniel Craig.
No, he hasn't even done 6. He's done. He retired. He did 5.
Has there been a new one announced?
No, he's done. He died in the last one.
He did. I didn't like that one.
No, I didn't either.
Especially the part where he died.
Daniel Craig did 2 great Bonds and 3 kind of shitty Bonds.
But, I mean, better than the last guy. The last guy did 1 good Bond and then a bunch of pieces of shit.
I thought Tomorrow Never Dies was okay. I thought that was pretty good.
Is that the one where he takes the invisible car through the igloo?
No, that was a piece of shit.
That one was funny bad.
Pierce Brosnan's first two. GoldenEye was good.
GoldenEye, well, yeah, and the video game of GoldenEye was.
And then Tomorrow Never Dies was the one with Jonathan Pryce and Michelle Yeoh and Terry Hatcher.
What happened? Is that the one where it's the Asian guy with the shit in his face?
No, it's the one with the media mogul where like he's causing these awful events that his media empire covers and gets a ton of attention for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was a little apt.
He was like a Rupert Murdoch character.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a pretty good one. There were good set pieces in that. The action was good. It was fun.
Would you say James Bond has like a liberal skew? No, conservative skew?
I would think, yeah.
Oh, okay, because it seemed anti-Murdoch.
No, I mean, even then it made him look kind of cool. But I mean, Bond is very much like, all right, this woman needs a good cuffing, and oh, I think you need to die, so I'm going to kill you. I don't think that's terribly progressive.
Okay. Has James, whatever.
If you ever go back and watch the old Sean Connery ones, holy shit.
Yeah, well, that was a different.
It was a different time.
That was pretty much a straight rapist.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, I know what you need. I mean, that's like every Connery Bond, too.
Yeah, and there was kind of a lot of hitting a woman for giving him lip.
Yep. Awful lot of that.
Which, hitting a woman in public, not great spy behavior.
Yeah.
You probably want to...
Act fondly on Connery.
You liked the Connery one?
I mean, there's a lot of shit that makes you cringe, but at the same time, the stuff that doesn't make you cringe makes you go, that's the coolest man on the planet.
Yeah.
Which is what allowed the cringe to happen, I guess.
Sure.
You know, if he's a loser when he's not doing that shit, you probably don't get away with that shit.
Yeah. Well, it's like that. Even if you had Bill Russell not smoking like 8 packs of Marlboros a day, he'd probably be more athletic.
I don't think Bill Russell smoked 8 packs more. Tommy Heinsohn did.
I think they all did.
Was Russell a heavy smoker?
I believe they all were. And even if they weren't, there was so much secondhand smoke in the arena.
Yeah, he got at least half of Tommy's.
Tommy, you could tell, was a bad smoker, too, because it was affecting him, and he was only like 28 when he retired.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, pour a little out for Paul Silas.
Ah. He's dead?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yes. That is sad.
Yes. Died last week.
Oh, fuck. That's right. What's his name? Was putting a bunch of good... it's a good hoop... the Hoop Collective? You ever listen to that?
No.
Brian Windhorst Hoop podcast. It's good. But they were just telling Paul Silas stories, and he had a running count of how many players he convinced to marry the women that they had impregnated. That was like his claim to fame.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had no idea he was that committed to legitimacy.
Yeah. No, I guess he was sick of... Well, who was the guy? Was it Jericho Cotry? Who was the guy on the Jets all those years ago that had like nine kids around the country?
I know who you're talking about. It's
not Jericho Cotry. I met Jericho Cotry.
Oh, fuck.
It was great. It was a great clip.
It was a famous clip on Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard's got a shitload of kids.
Does he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look that up. Dwight Howard hates condoms.
Do you think that feeds into the fact he could never learn free throws? Is that he's just a completely undisciplined?
Yes, I honestly do believe that. He's someone who is refusing to accept there's a better way to do something. This is the way I do it, and
this is the way. So you think like, yeah, he can't keep his dick in his pants or his elbow in.
Exactly. No matter how many times you want to tell him this condom is going to save you millions of dollars, and if you shoot underhand, you're going to hit 75% of these. I like the way this feels.
Or like Antoine Walker, he can't not gamble, and he can't not take threes when he keeps missing him. It's actually just feeding into maybe you're just an idiot.
Poor Antoine. Antoine, I don't even know if Antoine was an idiot. He just really wanted to be MJ. Like, you would sit down at the table with MJ, to gamble and wanted to gamble the way MJ did and wasn't making MJ money.
Yes. But that doesn't explain why he insisted on shooting 29% from 3 and shooting 7 a game. I don't think MJ would do that.
Well, that was just, I think Jim O'Brien saying, hey, he was the first guy to say, Jim O'Brien might not get enough credit for being one of the pioneers of the current era.
Mm-hmm.
Sat there and said, this shot is worth 50% more. So I don't care if you shoot 30%, it's worth 50% more. So I'm fine with this.
Yeah.
So everybody shoot from 3, and Antoine, you're bad in the post anyway. So just shoot from out there.
Yeah, he was ahead of his time in that. He was behind his time in being publicly supportive of people with substance abuse issues.
Oh, I don't remember this. What did you?
Well, he had Vin Baker, and every time he'd play bad, I'm like, yeah, I think he's drinking again.
I think that's you being not terribly supportive of people with substance abuse.
Well, he did fuck us because Kenny Anderson was playing good, and we traded for him.
Oh, Vin Baker completely fucked us. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just kept sitting there going, man, if he could just stay sober, we've got a good team here.
Yep, and then he'd dribble it right off his foot. And
Vin Baker was a good fucking player, man. That guy could score.
Yeah. Luckily, I'm over it.
Yeah, you've healed.
Fucking regular season games from 25 years ago. I think those are my least favorite Celtic teams of all time. I think Ricky Davis is my least favorite Celtic.
Fair argument for that. Oh, so what era are you talking about? Are you talking about the Patino era or the Jim O'Brien era?
This was like, we had the good teams with O'Brien and then the teams after that.
Yeah. Okay. So it was that stretch. When
the Pacers beat us with like 6 players.
Did Doc Rivers replace Jim O'Brien?
Yes. I believe it was.
Because O'Brien replaced Patino, and then they had that mini run where somehow like they made the Eastern Conference Finals, even though they were terrible. And it was just competing to lose to the Lakers.
But then they gave those Nets teams a run, and then the Nets took the Spurs to 7.
Did the Nets take the Spurs to 7?
Oh, was he like an interim though? I think he was like he was an interim coach.
Jim O'Brien?
No, we had a guy. Jim O'Brien got fired in the middle of the year. We had another guy, John Carroll.
Oh yeah, interim Carroll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Doc Rivers got the job.
Yep, and then he tricked everyone into thinking he was a good coach, and then he has just been a disaster since. Nice guy. Seems like a very nice guy.
Seems like a great. I loved him on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an argument that we've now underrated Doc Rivers, or is he a bad coach?
He might be a bad coach.
Yeah.
Although, then it goes back to my theory. It doesn't matter who coaches.
Apparently, I mean, the Celtics seem to be proving that.
Oh, yes. I don't like this guy we have now. I think he's boring.
Oh, I like Mazzulla. He's fun. No
he's
timeout.
Fun?
Let him run. No timeouts. Let him run. I love
That's
that.
fine, but I like a guy. I mean, there's part of me that wishes we could just get Stan Van Gundy to do the interviews.
That would be fun. No one interview anymore.
Like a once a game halftime yell at you and just Stan Van's the funnest.
Stan's a fun guy. Yeah. And he'll always say something that's probably going to make his owner like really angry.
Yeah. And he looks like the assistant or the second guy from Scarface. He doesn't look like a hoop guy at all.
Comes back to Josh Gondelman.
Josh is too successful to move back here, right?
Yeah, he's doing too well.
Damn it.
He was the executive producer on a late night talk show. Like he's going to get another job. That's very impressive.
I believe he already has.
What?
I think he's writing for a sitcom or something.
Oh, is he writing for a new show?
Sure. I'm going with it.
Yeah, make it up.
Mm-hmm. King of Queens.
Nice. I mean, I did not see Josh. You saw Josh. So he probably said something about like, oh yeah, I've got this new thing and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, Sam Hauser.
And you're like, about you. I got Luke Cornett takes.
I'll tell you what you should name your baby.
Is he having a baby?
No. If someone tells me they're having a baby, I'll say you should name it for Sam Hauser.
Fucking news on the pod this week.
Sam Hauser has slowed down a little.
A little bit.
Yeah. I think they got wind that he could only catch it and shoot it.
He's going to be fine.
Yeah.
He's going to be fine. I'm very excited to see how Rob Williams changes the team.
Well, we need depth there.
We do. We need depth with the size. Are you at all worried? Because the starting five right now, when Horford's in, our whole starting five can shoot, and it's a nightmare for other teams. Williams is going to come back, and our defense is going to take a big step forward. But now we've got a guy who can't shoot.
Yes.
Are you at all about that?
It is a small concern. Right between diabetes and global warming.
There you go. The more immediate concern.
But it's also like I've been saying, like I like the 5-out thing that we do. But you also forget Williams could pass, and he kind of is the Tasmanian devil around the hoop. You just throw little lobs to him and he dunks it. So it's not like we're getting a nothing on offense.
No, that is absolutely true.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a net positive.
Yeah, and we can't keep playing this goth kid.
Who's the goth kid?
Our big gawky white guy.
Cornett.
You can't keep. I'm convinced he's a goth away from the court.
Okay. Do you see a lot of piercings?
I just wicked pale skin and just like that long face fits very well for goth.
Yeah, I guess some people are just born goth, aren't they? You never had a chance, pal.
It's amazing they still kind of, well, in Europe they're still big, right?
The goth culture?
Yeah.
Boy, you left my area of knowledge.
I thought this was going to be your wheelhouse.
You know who knows all about European goths? Dorval.
Yeah. A lasting image in my mind. I don't know if 9 Inch Nails would be goth. No.
I don't think so.
But I went to go see 9 Inch Nails at the Garden, and the guy had the white face paint on and like the whole leather thing. And he was kind of getting older. He was like overweight. And he was like rubbing his shirt wicked hard because he spilled a pretzel on himself and he had mustard all over himself. So he put like all this work in for this stupid look, and he's got mustard all over him.
All right. I think that's probably a great note to end on.
I thought we were just kicking into gear.
Just feeling the flow. I don't know that we have that much time left, actually.
Ah, no, this is fine.
Okay. I think we're about to run out of our studio time.
I think we got a clip and a half out of this week.
Oh, yeah. We're fine. We're set. We're going to tide everybody over until spring training. We're good.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, the Tobin people are like, yeah, send me the link to all the clips or whatever. We'll just put them on that.
Yeah. Paul, can you put together, like somehow splice together a highlight reel that makes this look coherent?
No, but there's a ton of clips from this thing. Yeah, there's like 40 clips from it.
We have 40 clips?
Yeah. So I'll just send the link to them. Be like, hey, anyone you like, just put it up on a whatever the fuck.
All right, great. I can't wait until Tobin uses that to get you a job and forget that I'm on it.
This is a perfect sad face you're making right now.
That's my feeling. I'm not.
Saddest little girl in the world.
You're going to get the fucking WEEI afternoon job, and I'm going to become the fifth Beatle.
Wait, the black guy?
No.
Billy Preston? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd rather be Billy Preston than the last two Beatles.
Billy Preston wasn't the fifth Beatle. Pete Best was the fifth Beatle. Billy Preston played organ on their album and
yeah,
like contributing a lot. But Billy Preston was Billy Preston. Like that dude was never forgotten.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it took me a second to come up with his name, but yeah.
That's because you're hanging out with Josh and doing too much coke. Anyone sober absolutely remembers Billy Preston.
I still haven't watched that Beatles documentary.
I can't get through it.
Nah, I'm not gonna.
Everyone's praising it so much, and I'm convinced only 4 people have watched the whole thing all the way through.
Yeah.
I know it's impressive. If I was a musician, I'd probably adore it, but man, it's fucking tedious.
And it's also the wrong Beatles album.
No, it's what they had the footage of.
I know, but you'd like to see them do Sgt. Pepper's or Abbey Road.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That's for the Patreon. That whole clip was for our Patreon.
Yeah, when you subscribe, you hear us talk about all the albums that Peter Jackson should have covered. That's only $5.99 a month. That's a bargain.
Remember that documentary from 2 years ago?
All right, everybody, take care.